Welcome to Madinah in the Market, your behind-the-scenes inside access to the historic Pike Place Market. I'm your host, Madinah Slaise, and the high stalls are buzzing. Today, we're on the cobblestone with...
My name is Ben Frey. I'm the owner and head butcher of Don & Joe's Meats here at Seattle's historic Pike Place Market.
During this episode, Ben will be processing a whole lamb by hand.
In March 2025, after years of working with the late Don Cuzzaro Jr. and managing operations, you assumed ownership of Don & Joe's Meats. What does it mean to you to lead a family business that's been a fixture at Pike Place Market since 1924?
Don was a pillar down here on this end of the market. His family has been connected to this butcher shop in one way or another since the 1940s. His father and Uncle Joe started here when they returned from World War II as veterans, bought the business in 1969. Don Jr. bought it in 1985. It means a couple different things. It's sort of a realization or a finishing of a full story journey I started about 20 years ago here in the market. I started in the market at a little place called the Pink Door as a line cook. And while I was working there, I got a lot more curious about meat and where it came from. So I got a part-time job down here at Don & Joe's. I was hired on as the cleanup kid, so I was raking the floors, cleaning the bandsaw, that kind of stuff. My early days here in the market really gave me a sense of purpose here at Don & Joe's. I got my first introduction to what the community of Pike Place Market was about. There's a lot more face-to-face communication and learning about the individuals here being at the counter versus being stuck behind a hot stove. You know, it's great to sort of come back and finish up that full circle journey that started here.
As the sole butcher shop in Pike Place Market, your crew specializes in whole animal butchery, custom cuts, specialty items, and regionally sourced high-quality meats. How do your partnerships with local farms influence those offerings?
There's kind of two answers to that question. The first answer being is that we've continued working with a lot of the same farms that Don's family started working with, one of them being Plymouth Poultry. Their roots with this company goes back to the 1960s. They were the main chicken supplier for Don & Joe's Meats. A lot of their poultry comes to them through Draper Valley Farms, which is another small local farm from Mount Vernon, Washington. So we've continued to strengthen and deepen those relationships. At the same time, we're reaching out to new farmers in the area to try and develop new lines for us, like 100% grass-fed pasture-raised products, getting into more whole lamb and being able to offer those custom cuts that you mentioned. So it's a little bit of preserving the relationships that were already here and strengthening those while finding new relationships.
Don & Joe's is a central figure on the cobblestone. You're collaborating with market vendors and providing expert guidance to customers at the counter. Share a story from inside the shop that reflects what this community is really like.
Sure. Over the last few months, we've really started to spend a little more time working with another business here, Atrium Kitchen. Every first Thursday of the month, Tracy over at Atrium Kitchen does an event where she calls it Feed the Community, I believe, where she cooks a free meal for anybody in the market community, around the community here in the neighborhood, where they're able to come by and pick up a hot plate of food.
Nourished meals.
Nourished meals, thank you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we've been donating lots of proteins to that to kind of help bolster Tracy's effort over there. We've also partnered a little bit with the Senior Center and made some donations to those guys during the winter time. So we've really started to flex our charitable arm here at Don & Joe's and sort of reach out to the community by providing proteins to those who might not otherwise have access to it. We've also been a big fan of the Market Commons program called the Protein Bucks, and reaching out to people who might be on fixed incomes and making sure they have the resources they need to receive the protein bucks from the Market Commons, or using their EBT cards to get coupons that they're able to redeem here at Don & Joe's, at the creamery across the street with Nancy, or the fish guys right next door.
What's happening behind the scenes right now that hasn't reached the display case yet?
I can give you a little bit of information on a new line that we're going to be offering. We're going to be putting our labeling and branding on some ready-to-eat snacks, beef jerky, and other items like that are going to be sealed, shelf-stable. We're going to get into some shipping, being able to send our product all over the country and the world eventually, and sort of get Don & Joe's into everybody's home.
When a customer steps through their front door and unwraps their Don & Joe's meat order, what stays with them from that experience?
Two things, hopefully, the service and the quality. When people come shop at Don & Joe's, we want them to leave with the sense that they were taken care of while they were here. They weren't just served, but they were taken care of. And then once they get home, we want to make sure that the quality of what they came to pick up stays with them through their cooking as well.
The extended version of this conversation is available on our website. Madinah in the Market is created, produced, and distributed by Madinah Slaise Media.